How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and today we're going to be talking about NNDM Nano Dimensions. You guys know how bullish I am on this stock. But anyways, before we actually get further into that, we're going to be doing the technical analysis, and then we'll be going over the press release that's on the Nano Dimensions website. I feel like as shareholders, this is super important. Let's get into it, and I'll give you guys my final thoughts afterwards. Oh, also after those two things, we're also going to be having the institutional ownership and the short interest update as well. You know I got to do these videos jam-packed for you guys. So let's just get into it. All right, so we're going to be doing a technical analysis on Nano Dimensions. So let's take a look at how it did on the day. So it ended up closing the day at $7.68, being down 7.13%. When we take into consideration the low of the day, it ended up hitting a low of $7.62 and ended up seeing a high of $8.22, which was in the early morning sessions. So one of the things we need to take into consideration, the market conditions definitely were not the best for the NASDAQ. So this definitely had an effect on a lot of tech stocks, and Nano Dimensions, hey, was a part of that. Part of the reasons why I ended up having that close at $7.68 and currently right now in after hours at $7.66. So if we take a look, hey, what are some possible areas that Nano Dimension can actually pull back to? This can actually give us an idea of getting even a better deal than we're seeing now. So if we take a look at the next level of support, we could definitely see here we'd be testing a level of support right here at this $7 area. So I definitely want to see how well that $7 area actually holds up if it ends up being tested. If we end up breaking through that $7 area, then the next level to look out for will be right around $6.60, as you can see around here in this range. And if that area ends up breaking, the next level is right down here at $6.20. So just taking all those particular support areas into consideration, hey, just keep that in mind when you're seeing that in case it pulls back. Now, if the stock ends up recovering, I could definitely see it going back to reclaiming right back in this $8 range where it was previously. One thing to do keep in mind as well, once it's able to get past this $8 range, definitely we'll see a strong move getting up to that $8.20, as you can see right here, because that is the next area we have resistance. Once we're able to get past that particular area, then it's definitely a strong move where we can get into the $8.40s and then start touching the $8.50s. So the reason why I'm also showing you guys this 3-month chart, I want you guys to see a bigger overall picture in regards to what's going on with NNDM. We can see we definitely also have a clear area of resistance right here at this $11 area. So I know a lot of you are very bullish. I'm bullish on NNDM, and I believe in the long-term prospects as well. But one thing I'm very excited about, once it's able to get to this $11 area, we could definitely look forward to seeing a strong push all the way to $11.76. And once we get past that area, the next level is right here at $12.42. That's one of the things with NMDM, has some very, very strong price action. I know it gets traded heavily amongst a lot of short-term and swing traders as well. So like I said, this opportunity right here, I definitely like it. It's actually not too far off of my cost basis, and I might be adding myself, all right? Hope you guys found this helpful. So we're now on fintel.io for NNDM. We want to take a look at what are the institutions doing, what is the short interest, and so forth. So as we scroll down on the page, as we know, green rows indicate new positions while red rows indicate closed positions. And definitely institutions are really liking NNDM. Even if we start off from the day of March, so we have March 1st and going forward, we have 2, 4, 8 new positions that have been built out for a lot of institutions. And one of them being, of course, we already know that ARK is also heavily invested in NMDM as well. We can see 221,000 shares. We have Subsequent International with 2.2 million. And the most recently, as of late on April the 1st, Private Advisor Group LLC with 350 shares. So definitely institutions are bullish about NMDM. Like, look at all of this green, very little red. Even if we go further, even all the way back, let's go even towards the beginning of February. Look at this. So like I said, institutions, the big money is definitely bullish on NMDM. Not many institutions have actually even closed their positions. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what NMDM can do in regards to the stock price. Because, hey, We already see the institutions are vested in it, and that's good to see as an investor. Now, if we take a look at the short interest, short volume ratio is at 17%. So this is below the 21% we usually look for in regards to squeeze potential. But again, this is not too bad. And now if we take a look at the short shares that are available, this is around 10 million. We look at the short borrow fee rate, it's around $1.66. And if we take a look at previous history, it being at 17.34 is actually fairly low. If we take into consideration, it was at 18.77 back on April the 1st. And besides that, again, not a stock that has a ton of short squeeze potential at all, but at the same time, not surprising since there's a lot of institutions who are very bullish on NNDM. So we're now on the Nano Dimensions website, and we're going to go over the recent press release that came out today on April the 7th. So Nano Dimensions announces Zivi Nedivi appointed as new president. Yoav Stern will be the CEO and chairman of the board. So NNDM, an industry-leading additively manufactured printed electronics provider, announced today that Zivi Nedivi has been appointed president of the Nano Dimensions. As previously announced, Yoav Stern, the CEO of Nano Dimension, will be appointed as the chairman of the board, subject to shareholders' approval at an upcoming meeting. Mr. Nedivi has been the CEO of several technology companies, including Sialum Technologies Inc., a world leader in chemical lighting solutions that manufactures chemiluminescent ammunition and infrared devices used by U.S. and NATO military forces as well as law enforcement agencies. He was also the COO of Luminous Limited, a world-leading developer of innovative energy-based technologies, where he was directly responsible for 1,000 employees on 5 continents. From 1990 to 2005, he was the CEO of Kelstrom Industries Inc., a supply chain and advanced data management company. While CEO of Kelstrom, he grew the company from 8 million to 330 million over a 5-year period, including 9 acquisitions. A graduate of the Israel Air Force Academy, he was an F-15 fighter pilot for 7 years and held the rank of major. He is an international businessman with a global network of contacts at innovative companies across the globe. Mr. Nedivi commented, "Over the last few months, I have looked at Nano Dimensions technology closely, as well as analyzed its competitive landscape. Nano has a unique opportunity to change the way the entire industries create and produce high-performance electric parts. Nano's customer base is already impressive, and we are still in the first inning of the peripheral 9-inning ballgame. I am thrilled to join the Nano Dimension team. I look forward to leveraging my expertise and global network to drive our sales and marketing efforts." Yoav Stern, CEO of Nano Dimension, stated, "I'm very excited to appoint Mr. Nedivi as our new president. He has extensive global experience in leading and growing innovative technology companies with significant expertise in mergers and acquisitions. The work he did growing Kelstrom Industries as well as turning around Luminous Limited medical aesthetic laser business are just a few of the many reasons I have recommended to our board of directors to approve him to become the president of Nano Dimensions. We are extremely well positioned for growth with a war chest of close to 1.5 billion in cash and a technology that is far advanced over our competitors. Mr. Nedivi is the right man for the job and joining our team at the perfect time." Again, this is amazing news for anyone who's a shareholder of Nano Dimensions, and I can't wait to see what Mr. Nedivi has in store. So for my final thoughts for NNDM Nano Dimensions, I am loving it. As you guys saw today inside the market, yes, the price was driven down fairly hard. But again, this is not a bad thing, especially if you're looking at NNDM long term. I also got to put in the disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice. So just know when you do invest, you're doing it at your own risk. So when you see a stock being driven down in price like that, and there hasn't been any terrible news that has been announced recently or anything like that, then again, these are opportunities. Because then when the news does come out, and if it's something that is big for NMDM, you'll be happy when that happens because you'll have a nice cost basis. In the technical analysis portion, I gave you guys some possible areas where the stock can pull back to. So just knowing that and being aware of that, you can even improve your cost basis even more, or even if you're thinking about building out a new position. Also, by taking a look overall at the institutional ownership and what we covered, I won't go into details of what was covered in that portion of this video, but we could definitely see that institutions are loving it. They're very bullish on NNDM. So what does that mean? Hey, if they're bullish on it, we're bullish on it. We're seeing that this company is making moves. They have cash. They're making sure they have the right management in place. These are good things to know. These are good things to be aware of. Because as you guys know, if a company does not have the KLTs, if you are new to this channel and you don't know what the KLTs are, that means you got to be able to know the company, like the company, and trust the company. And what I'm seeing from NNDM, hey, it's checking off all the boxes. So what are we going to be seeing, or what is the price going to be looking like a month from now, 2 months from now, 3 months from now? My focus is I want to see NNDM get right above $9. And the reason why $9 is very significant, because that's where we start seeing some strong price action in the stock. Especially at that $9 range, I feel like it's a very psychological level. But where it is currently, even if it gets driven down even further, I will be looking to add more. That's not a bad day to me, because as Warren Buffett would say, be greedy when others are fearful, and be fearful when others are greedy. So on these red days, it's the time to be greedy if you are an investor. And like I was saying in the previous video, if you see certain stocks are beaten down and the price is very, very low, think about option opportunities. Maybe you could do it a month out, 2 months out, 3 months out. Give yourself the time to make sure that, hey, you know what? It's in line with what your prediction might be. So there's a stock you have high conviction in and you feel like the price is going to run up. Hey, it's a good time to buy the option. Why buy the option when the stock is already starting to run up, right? So that's a little bit of a basic 101. I want to kind of show you guys how to take advantage of options and how to come up with them on your own end instead of depending on anyone. But just to kind of give you guys a hack, look at the stocks that you have on your watch list, or stocks that you know like the back of your hand, or you have a good sense of the overall price action, and then think about, hey, I feel like this stock is going to go up 2 months from now. Let me buy a call option with an expiry that goes alongside with what my prediction is. That will leave you ahead of the game and you won't have to depend on anyone. Hope you guys found this video helpful. We'll talk soon.